Hey guys, wanted to make this a quick little video. I have 3 days off in a row. I started yesterday, and today is my second day off. So I'm taking advantage by cleaning, doing laundry. I also just got back from running to Target right up the road. To buy food for work. So I got some nice meals, and wanted to show you guys this because it's super cool. So, I can't remember if I told you guys, but I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things. I've been watching season 1. I need to get caught up on it because season 2 is out already. But I found this. I don't even know if it was in the ladies' department, but I saw it and I was like, dude, got to have it. So, anyway, yes, so, I'm watching that one through Netflix. I think I told you guys that Keith added me onto his account so I can watch through his. It's still kind of wonky, though, because since I'm in America, I can't see all the British-only stuff, and vice versa, he can't see some of the American stuff, but, yeah, it's pretty cool. And, the other cool thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the fact that, before I left, I watched the Avengers Infinity War trailer, and, oh my gosh, it looks awesome. And Thor Ragnarok was awesome. It was amazing. It was so funny, and yet so, hits the feelings, and yet makes you laugh like 5 minutes later, which is really, really cool. Sorry, guys. Sparkling iced tea, not sponsored. Wish they would sponsor me. I drink enough of that stuff. But yeah, so, but I'm just very excited. Very nice to have 3 days off in a row. That doesn't usually happen. Lately, it's been where I work like 4 days and then get a day off, and then work like 2 or 3 days, get a day off. But I have a feeling that was probably because I signed up to work Thanksgiving. And so they're like, okay, Julie does this, so we're going to give her some extra time off. Either that, or they ran over on overtime and it was like, okay, everybody gets their hours cut just a little bit, So, and it wasn't bad. It was still, it's still 30 hours a week, which is good, but yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you're just kind of like, are you doing this out of the kindness of your heart? Or are you doing this because we need to cut hours because we went overboard on the overtime? So, yeah. Who cares? I get 3 days off in a row, and that's good. So, the other thing I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the only really bad thing, it's not necessarily bad, it's just kind of a weird thing. Like, where we live right now, I mean, number one, it was built from the ground. This house that I'm sitting in right now was built from the ground up. And there were new homes being built up all the time. Which is kind of cool. It's kind of nice to see that and know that you were one of the very first people, to jump in here. Well, there were other people before us, and that's the other weird thing. At least I don't know very many of our neighbors. mom and dad have met a couple, and there's a few that there's this old guy who lives in the house down at the end of our street, and he, it's like a T. You have to go left or right when you get to the end, and he likes to sit out in his chair when it's nice enough out in the garage and just watch what's going on, because we get a lot of construction guys out here, and so he kind of keeps watch over everything, and it's kind of nice because whenever I drive by or I'm heading off to work and he's sitting out there, we wave at each other. It's like, hey. But I mean, as far as like talking to people, the only people who I've actually really talked to have been the people who live on this side of us. Now I put my thumb over here. This side of us, and people who live on that side of us. And so our next door neighbors, but even them we don't really talk to a whole lot of the time. I kind of miss when we used to live in the cul-de-sac over in Urbandale, because it's like you would go out of your house and there would be people standing out in their driveways in groups, just talking or whatever, and they'd be like, "Where are you off to?" and stuff. Although there were a few times where I've kind of felt like, okay, especially at times where I was trying to sneak out and get fast food without, people finding out. So it was just kind of like, you're not really going anywhere. You don't need to know. Go about your business. These are not the droids you're looking for. But it's just a lot more friendly than where we live now. I mean, it's like we hardly see anybody, and I mean, it was nice. It's fairly nice today, and you don't see anybody outside. Nobody's outside. Nobody's hanging out or doing anything, and nobody's getting to know each other. So it just feels kind of isolating. And that's kind of the issue, is that there's times, especially if like mom and dad are gone, if they're off on a trip or whatever, they tend, and I'm here by myself, I will double and triple check and make sure all the doors and windows and all that are locked, and because I'm here by myself, and like I said, we don't really know our neighbors that well, and and nothing's ever like really happened, so that's a good thing. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just gets to me sometimes. And I mean, even where we are located, it's like we're right smack in the area that is more prairie than town. It's like if you go just a few blocks down that way, you'll get to an actual city street, There's movie theaters, fast food restaurants, there's gas stations, there's all that. But up here, we only have a couple of like really small businesses, and they close at like 5. So it's just kind of like, and I mean, that's fine. That's their prerogative, But it's just, there's no stores. The closest thing is Casey's, and it's that ways away. And right now, at least, it's too far for me to walk on my own. which means that if I want to go up and get snacks or whatever, I have to smuggle them in when I go get food, which I did today. I had a candy bar and a Mountain Dew. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, I don't know. It just feels weird. Even sometimes when I'm out walking and stuff, it's just like I won't come across another person except for the occasional people that drive along the main road here, which is 98th or something, I think. But, and even that's not as busy as it was because they've got the used to be a lot busy because they used to have one road blocked off around here while they were doing construction, and so everybody was coming along our main road to cut through, and so that's fine. I understand that, but it's like now it's like I'll only see a car like every few minutes, and I don't know. It just can get a little, I don't know if lonely is the right word, but it just makes me feel very on my own, especially like I said, if I'm on my own, if my folks are around, or like later on in December, friends of theirs are going away, and so mom and dad are jumping in to help with their kids and stuff, and that's great, that's fine, fantastic. But again, I have a feeling that I'll be, unless I end up working a lot more, I have a feeling I'll end up feeling kind of like I'm on my own. Well, and it also doesn't help that, because I have a car now. I used it to go get food, but the problem is, because if Dad works during the day, and then, we have Mom's car, but I haven't driven Mom's car, and, they normally don't leave the keys, even if they take, my dad's car, so, for me for Mom's car, so it's like, and I have my own keys for Dad's car, so that's not an issue, but usually they end up taking Dad's car for like date night or whatever. And that's fine. That's fine. That's their prerogative. But again, especially if like they're both gone, then I end up feeling very isolated, and I end up feeling very much like, which is probably one of the main reasons why I spend so much time online, because at least I'm kind of with other people, even though I'm not physically with other people. But, I'm usually on Skype with Keith, and, I'll be talking to others, and I'll be responding to videos online and stuff like that, or I'll be watching Netflix, and things like that. So, I try to distract myself. Because if I just sit here for long and because listen, there's like hardly any noise. There's like hardly any sounds of anybody roaming around, or, I kind of miss when it was warmer out, because at least sometimes I would see people come back and forth along here, and sometimes I'll still see our neighbor who lives over there come back and forth, but not so much anymore since it got colder out and everything. And like I said, I can understand that, but I don't know. I guess it's funny because considering I grew up being really, really, really shy, it's like now I'm kind of at the point where I want to be with people. Yeah, I need my time alone. Definitely. I am fully enjoying this time where I'm here in the house by myself. I can record a video, I can do whatever, eat what I want, and don't have to worry about, being in trouble or anything like that. But, because I'm still trying to eat relatively healthy and I'm still trying to exercise when I can and all that. Um, and like I said, I've got laundry to do and all that kind of fun stuff. But, yeah. So, I guess I just wanted to share that with you guys and, just kind of be like, sometimes I wish, like, I've been watching a lot of, Dan and Phil videos lately, especially Dan, because I so relate to him, to some of the stuff that he thinks and some of the stuff that he's been through. But yeah, so and it's like, he did one of those tours of the flat and everything, and, and showed where it was. And they're down in the heart of London and the heart of the city, and they go out and they're surrounded by people, which is nice. But I'm looking forward to being in England because we'll actually be it won't be a house, it'll be like what I used to live in, an apartment, but they call it the flat. And, so we'll have close neighbors and, I'll be able to walk right out the front door and go into town and do stuff and, go shopping if I need, go grocery shopping and stuff like that, and be able to go for walks. But it won't be out in the middle of the country, which is what it feels like now. So, and like I said, I don't mind the country. I don't mind, but it's like, if I'm out here for too long, I don't know. I kind of think it's kind of like staring up at the stars, especially if there's a lot of stars. Because just whoa, all these, planets and stars and everything that I can see, and there's millions more, and it just kind of blows your mind a little bit. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, because at least here in Iowa, we do a pretty good job of trying to at least save some areas of land to be natural, not build on everything, which is great and good for the planet and all that. But again, kind of leads to that isolating feeling, at least for me. And even when I go out and take my walks and stuff, it's like I'm usually more like, okay, I need to, go be around people now. Even if it's people, I hate to say even if it's people online, because that's kind of the attitude that my folks have. And it's kind of like, but they're people. They're real people. They're just not in the same vicinity as me. And I went out last night with a friend of mine, practically the only person who I still hang out with that I used to go to high school with. So, it's kind of like, sometimes I feel like society kind of looks at me like, well, you're weird. It's like, yeah, I know. Isn't it awesome? Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go online, see if I can find my husband, see what he's been up to and how his day has been. It was his late day today. So I will talk at you later, guys. Bye.
Love,